Rifleman now on the right-hand side for Nystrom. Looks like just kind of positioning around. I'm not sure why he went all the way over there. Possibly a misclick. No, it looks like he was just trying to stay out of the range of this Burgers Puma. We do have Stormtroopers now on the prowl, looking out for more infantry they can just kind of wreak havoc upon. You can see that this anti-tank gun has been repossessioned, and these infantry are being resupplied, the ones that just capped it. So Rangers in the center right now, decapping that central point. And really nothing to be seen here. It looks like that was a good move for Nystrom, actually. He just went and hid those he hid those riflemen until later, and hopefully these guys will forget about them, but it looks like these Volksgrenadiers have to come all the way in here anyways to cap this munitions point, so they'll probably see them eventually. Center is capped, and Nystrom once again is in control over this game. So let's take a look around the bases. Nothing really has changed here for ProPipe, still producing units. And another sniper on the field right now for Nystrom. Looks like nothing else coming out of the motor pool for the time being. So just anti-tank guns. Here comes our brand new sniper entering into the fray. And down here, these riflemen, it looks like they did eventually get found out, retreated away, took a couple of casualties. Now ProPipe is once again regaining control over this island, or at least attempting to. Fatherland HMG team back in the front right now, laying down some suppressing fire on these riflemen. And the Burgers Puma is now just kind of prowling around looking for something to do here. Oh, what do I hear here? Oh, an artillery strike! It looks like Nystrom did not like the idea of having those Volksgrenadiers take control over this point. Calls down an artillery strike. I'm pretty sure he didn't get anybody, but at least it chased him away. And as you can see, he has plenty of munitions. So I guess if he doesn't have anything better to use it on, why not scare those guys off, preventing them from capping it? So right now we have a strong central attack going for ProPipe. You can see he's got these both of these stormtroopers. Again, these are the same stormtroopers. 13 kills, 3 kills. They are definitely fully upgraded and cloaked. Moving on in, you can see Fatherland HMG team is now in range, being spotted by all of that. The sniper is taking a shot, but these guys are just wrecking the place. Oh my god, did you see how fast they killed that entire rifleman squad? Man, those stormtroopers are really, really brutal in close range. So stormtroopers now, they don't care. They're just saying, yo, bring it. They're just charging on in here, putting some real pressure on these guys, and you can see with the flare activated, it looks like Nystrom is just kind of scattering right now, trying his best to defend his anti-tank gun, but these stormtroopers will have none of it. Looks like they're still firing away at that, but we've got all sorts of bazookas landing all over the place, and I honestly think ProPipe is a little bit overextended at this point. You can see that they're just kind of crawling around on the ground, taking a lot of cover. They are totally exposed by their own flare. Hopefully going to have to get out of here pretty soon, but no, it looks like the Rangers retreat first. 2 stormtroopers left here, all 4 stormtroopers left here in the center, and they're just going to tough it out. I think these stormtroopers are actually going to outlast everybody. Stormtroopers just kind of holding on to the center right now. A lot of healing going on. You can see obviously Nystrom has upgraded his barracks to have the full healing effect. But during all of that stalling, it looks like these Pioneers were able to take control over this victory point. And these Volksgrenadiers were also able to cap this point here that was just defended by the artillery strike. So nice little distraction there at the very least by ProPipe. And no, he does not get control over the center. He is scared off by these riflemen. The riflemen inflict a single casualty on those Pioneers, who then have to retreat. And now we have a big attack coming into the center here. Looks like basically Nystrom had to kind of back away all of his troops because of that stormtrooper attack, but thankfully he didn't take too many casualties, was able to resupply and heal up and head back to the middle. So these are all of those troops just kind of returning to their posts for the time being. We have some passive-aggressive warfare up here on the north. This is ProPipe Blitz's Volksgrenadiers, just once again capping it. This is kind of continuous. This is like the macro aspect of the game. I often say that if you're going to compare this to StarCraft, the micro is how you fight in the battles, but the macro is how you think of the chessboard as a whole and how you pick this all out. So, of course, while I'm chit-chatting away here, you can see ProPipe has saved up his munitions, called in a heavy armor support, got his Tiger and likely one other vehicle. Where is it? There we go, and a Stug on the other side of the map there. The Tiger now is in the center, just kind of firing away. Oh, gets a sticky bomb on him right away from these riflemen. We'll see. Oh, and the damaged engine, you can see, blows the flaps off of the back of the engine there. A lot of anti-tank guns around here, though, so ProPipe is going to have to be very careful with his Tiger. 2 anti-tank guns, overlapping field of fire, pointed right at this central area here. The tank definitely needs to keep his distance as he is. Puma moving in and the Stug moving in. Looks like these 2 units are going to be sent to take control over the south. He does know that there are riflemen here, so these guys are just kind of hanging out here waiting for the riflemen, it looks like. Meanwhile, these riflemen and sniper are just kind of acting as kind of a forward scout right now. You can see getting just enough vision here for this first anti-tank gun to continue pegging away at this Tiger. Tiger not taking too much damage, but its engine is destroyed. Not destroyed, but damaged, so it's going to have to wait for a little while. Meanwhile, on the north, we have the Volksgrenadiers once again shooting for this victory point. He is going to cap it for sure, but he's definitely not going to be able to hold on to it unless he gets some more troops over there or gets a longer distraction. That's kind of been the story so far for ProPipe. Oh, and it looks like all of these stormtroopers here just found yet another one of Nystrom Imp's mines, and this time Nystrom Imp is not going to let that go unnoticed. He definitely sees these guys here. He runs on over to take some shots at them, but wow, the surprise is on him. It doesn't matter if they just stepped on a landmine. They are still freaking awesome against infantry. So check these guys out. So taking a couple of casualties here, but they do have infantry pillage activated, throwing hand grenades behind this broken down pickup truck. Wow, getting 3 more casualties there. Vet 1, by the way, for these riflemen. And so those stormtroopers did a little bit of damage, kind of, you know, more or less an even trade there. And once again, strong central control for Nystrom. A little bit of ancillary capping going on here for ProPipe Blitz, but now his troops are going to be chased away by these Rangers. 9 kills on these Rangers, by the way, and 9 kills on these Volksgrenadiers. So both of them have tasted battle plenty. But now they're going to have to get on out of there. Eventually, these Rangers are probably going to double back and recap this position. But it is worth noting, by the way, that the clock is ticking for ProPipe. It is 126 for 457. I mean, it's actually technically ticking for Nystrom right now because ProPipe does have that one position there. Here we see the sniper providing a little bit of advanced scouting for his anti-tank gun. Anti-tank guns have humongous range. You can see by the tip of this little arrow here. But they don't have that much sight. So if you can provide them extra sight, they could definitely fire a lot farther. And wow, check it out. It looks like these infantry were coming up here trying to put a little bit of pressure. Doesn't matter, though. Getting a face full of Tiger shot and now having to back away. And this anti-tank gun, once again, looks like he still has sight over the area, just enough to peg away at this Tiger. And here, by the way, now we have the Stug and the Burgers Puma. Both of these vehicles are just kind of basically are on guard duty on the right-hand side. They are now capping. Oh my god, it looks like Nystrom's riflemen are perhaps going to cap this point. No, they retreat, but they do decap it, so it is 2-0. And definitely, ProPipe is now bleeding out all over the place. 114 points and ticking down right now. He needs to regain control. Looks like these Volksgrenadiers are heading all the way to the right for him in order to recap that. But things are definitely growing tense. Nystrom has certainly taken advantage of all of his strong central control this game. Continuing to hold on to it here, just kind of manning the lines here with his anti-tank guns. Tank guns just kind of all over the place here in the center, both of the two of them. Oh, and it looks like freaking mortar shot lands right on exactly on those riflemen, inflicting a couple of casualties. Thankfully, they are already at the graveyard and don't have anywhere else to go. Nystrom looks like he's just trying to force ProPipe to back away here. Drops an artillery, calls down an artillery strike in this whole area. The Tiger was not immobilized in any way, so it just backed away from it. Looks like all of these troops got out of there. But it stalls. It stalls during that entire time. The points are ticking. Now ProPipe has to kind of, you know, get all of his troops together again. So Nystrom just buying time, man. He has no reason to do anything else. So the Tiger is moving up, but lo and behold, he does find another anti-tank gun here, which has activated its armor-piercing rounds. Armor-piercing rounds firing away at this thing, doing a good amount of damage there. It does extra damage, and it pierces more when you have armor-piercing rounds active. FYI, costs 50 munitions. Sniper, point blank here, doing some damage to this anti-tank gun, though. But likely we're going to have some counter-sniping going on soon. Doesn't matter, though. Big ball of stormtroopers now, just kind of flooding on into the graveyard here. Look at how effective these guys are against infantry. Infantry taking tons of casualties right now. Just firing away. All of them are behind heavy cover. Anti-tank gun firing away. Both anti-tank guns up on the top here. So now there were 3 guns on the field. This gun was totally taken out. Rear sniper here from Nystrom Imp. So snipers are just crawling around everywhere right now. That's kind of cool. And you can see here that ProPipe Blitz is stormtroopers just charging into the center right now. It looks like just kind of getting killed and having to retreat. So I believe that is just a single squad there, so he may have actually lost a squad. Meanwhile, he is just kind of doing the mortar creep, just kind of crawling on in here with the rest of his mortars. Looks like both snipers are just kind of chilling out here. 5 kills, Vet 1 for this first sniper. Mortars just constantly landing in this area. Not a bad idea. And check it out. Oh, sometime during that attack, by the way, this forward barracks was completely wrecked. I believe that was another rocket storm barrage, perhaps, just judging by the different craters on the ground. But you can see here that he, without even hesitating, he went ahead and threw down another forward racks on this giant church. So he's just going to keep that forward racks up no matter what. Mortar team just putting pressure on all the units in this area, but it is still 2-1. Clock is seriously ticking for ProPipe. He's down to 67 points. Nystrom Imp's position in the center really hasn't changed very much. He's managed to just keep reinforcing all of the casualties he takes. And yes, here we go. We see Aftershocks coming down once again, so that was definitely what took out that forward HQ. And now resupplying his anti-tank gun, which is also getting healed in this position. So, bunch of armor here for ProPipe. It's kind of now or never. I want to see if he's going to attack. It looks like he's sending in the Stug first. The Stug, oh, look at that, a mortar shot just landing right there, taking out these resupplying riflemen. Looks like the Stug charges in first, takes the brunt of it, and wow, a single mortar landing on that anti-tank gun, absolutely wrecking it. This Stug, by the way, having a destroyed engine, got it sticky bombed and got a bunch of anti-tank shot in the face on its way in, but now he's being flanked by these Rangers. Rangers destroying the main gun in it, probably going to get another shot and definitely killing this Stug. Looks like the Burgers Puma is just taking this time here to beat a hasty retreat, just kind of firing randomly at these troops. Stug goes down. The mortar team continuing to fire here. It looks like we have the Rangers now firing up, charging on in, trying to come in here and do some damage, but now the tank is in there, and check that out. Once again, we have aftershocks there from that rocket barrage. The Puma now is immobilized with all of these troops around him, bearing bazookas. You can see single bazooka here for the Rangers. Taking some shots, but no, they are shooting at the Tiger. Tiger pouring on in. Looks like we have sniper, heavy machine gun team, and a bunch of pioneers moving into the center, as well as this other squad of stormtroopers up right now. Stormtroopers firing away wildly at this anti-tank gun, trying to take down the anti-tank gun. This anti-tank gun is one of the last remaining things that's doing damage to this Tiger. Oh, just so much damage happening to these Rangers. These Rangers trying their best to fire away here. Looks like these stormtroopers are not quite able to take out this anti-tank gun. 2 men left. They are healing, but there's only 2 stormtroopers left. Oh, and it looks like 1 shot from the Tiger is all it takes. The score is currently tied 1-1 with this central victory point not being capped. It is currently 42 points for ProPipe and 453 points for Nystrom. Nystrom really just needs to hold on to this game a little bit longer. Calling down an artillery strike. Oh, could it be? We have an artillery strike. Will he notice it? ProPipe has got to get out of the way before that artillery strike. Oh, lands directly on the Burgers Puma. Really actually didn't damage its engine or anything, but now that's going to scratch the paint job a little bit.